So when I started curling, I didn't see a ton of people on TV who looked like me. Maybe not as many people in curling clubs who looked like me. So I really began to understand a lot of where curling might be lacking in that area.
Curling now enters the Sports Weekend spotlight.
Kibo Mulima, and it's awesome to have him here tonight. Kibo,
Nice.
great to see you. Were you listening to all of the keys to chemistry in mixed doubles as you get ready for your event this weekend?
Yeah, it was great to hear. In fact, I've been thinking about a lot of that stuff and kind of our practice and some of our practice games getting ready we're going to the Canada Winter Games trials in Guelph starting soon. So that's very exciting. Happy birthday, Colleen, while I get the
Thank you
chance.
so much. And congratulations to you on winning that Love for the Love of Curling scholarship. That's huge. What do you think put you over the edge to win that scholarship? Because I know it's quite a criteria to win. What won it for you?
Yeah, wow. There's 11 in Canada that get awarded each year. This was actually my second time applying, and they look at a variety of things: academics, athletics, and community involvement. So, I mean, for me, especially over I'd say throughout the pandemic, even I had even an increased opportunity to volunteer in my community because I wasn't away competing so much. I got to coach at the junior program back when I was living in Kingston, and I got to coach at another development program in the city. This past year, I've been working for Rocks and Rings. So lots of opportunities to kind of give back. And for me, it's about paying forward really the time that some of my mentors have invested in me and pay that forward.
Kibo, so much of what Colleen and I talk about on this show is diversity in curling, inclusive spaces in curling. I know this is something close to your heart about that as well. And I know you're doing a lot of work in this space. So talk to us a little bit more about how you're giving back and making sure young children across the country get a chance to curl.
Yeah, you nailed it right there. That's a lot of it. When I started curling, I was 10 years old, and I was the first curler in my family. Um, and I'd even gone from having the Scotties in my hometown and not even knowing about it because I didn't discover the sport till a year later. So when I started curling, I didn't see a ton of people on TV who looked like me. Maybe not as many people in curling clubs who looked like me. So I really began to understand a lot of where curling might be lacking in that area. So my role is to try and be, like I mentioned earlier, a role model for those younger than me, someone that people can look up to, continue to learn, coach where I can, and try to make curling more welcoming, and hopefully bring up more young kids.
That's awesome. And how is that going for you? I mean, I know you were able to use some of the time during the pandemic towards that end. How tough is it to keep that door open and break down some of those barriers to encourage more kids into the game?
Yeah, it starts with representation, so people can see kind of themselves in the sport, and then the next thing is that outreach and exposure. Rocks and Rings is a great kind of example for me of just I gotten to connect with so many young kids in the province, far younger than where I started curling, just to basically get into a school, into a gym, and have them discover the sport for the first time. The next step is getting those kids into curling clubs. And having them try the sport with strong junior programs, stuff like that. That's what's going to keep people interested.
Yeah.
So that's the path I see.
Kibo, what do you love about curling?
Oh, uh, one of the things that stands out the most when I watched it for the first time was how you have a team, but it's a small team, so everybody's role is important, and how all of those jobs, roles, how all those people come together to make basically something that's greater than the sum of its parts. That's
Right.
probably my favorite part about the sport.
Nice.
That
Nice.
is so beautifully said. You should be a writer when you grow up, when you finish that whole thing at Laurier, whatever you're studying. Good luck for the Canada Games playdowns. I'm a graduate of the Canada Games, and it was a monumental event in my life and sort of shaped things for the rest of my curling career. So I wish you lots of luck.
Thank you. Yes, we're excited.
Good luck, Kibo, and thank you for joining us. We'll be following along and be watching you pave a new road in the curling circle. So thank you for being here.
Thanks, everyone.